everybody, and welcome to today's video. Today we're going to talk all about government meat and the best way that you can cook it. I hope you stay tuned. And welcome back. My name is Teresa Lynn and this is Homestead Tessie. Today we're going to talk about government meat. Now some of you may not know what that is. This is government issued meat and a lot of food banks carry this. So a lot of times when you will go to the food bank, you'll get a box of food and you'll have something like this in it. Now I have a discount grocery store, so I paid $1.49 for mine, but our food bank also carries it. It's USDA approved meat and it's basically canned meat. You can get it in pork, you can get it in beef, and I think you can even get it in chicken. Why are we going to talk about this today? A lot of people get this and they don't like it. I'll tell you why. Because it looks like dog food. You heard me right. It looks like dog food. When I open it up, you're going to say, that is gross. My grandma Fanny would call it gristly meat. Gristle meat? I don't know if that's a Pennsylvania Dutch term. Maybe you guys will understand it. I just know it to be meat that would be considered like dog meat, gristle meat, like fatty meat. But this is amazing. But you have to know what to do with it. You have to know how to maybe fix it up a little bit. Basically, it's a secret tip and trick. And all you have to do is open this can up and you have to rinse it in cold water. Now this beef and the pork, they're all canned and cooked. So it's cooked. Today I'm going to be making some spaghetti sauce because I'm having some of my children over tomorrow for a meal. And I'm going to show you how you can make this very tasty, but you just got to do some things to it. For one, you don't open it up and plop it into your jar, into your bowl. You want to get all that fat off the top of it because it's very tallowy. It's hard to explain. Ever ate a McDonald's cheeseburger and after you're done eating, you have that tallow in your mouth? I don't know how else to describe it. It's a tallow, fatty aftertaste. Well, that's what you would get with this. I know the fat is where the flavor is, but when it comes to something like this, I think keeping the fat on it actually does more harm than good. I have spaghetti sauce that's cooking. I'm going to go ahead and can that, and then we'll get working on adding the meat to some of my sauce to make an amazing meal. So my friends, if you've ever gotten this kind of meat in the food pantry at your local food bank, or you bought some of it, you might want to watch this video and see just the tricks that I can help you out in making this into something very more palatable. You know what I mean. All right, let me go ahead and let me put this in the jars and then we'll get working on the meat. All right, so frozen tomatoes and cooked down, and I added tomato paste, and I did add some of my homemade pizza mix seasoning. I have a video on that. I have over 2,000 videos. If I can find it, I'll make sure I link it. I'm gonna go ahead and add a little more to it, and then I'm going to taste it. Now this pizza sauce will be water bathed. This is our son and his wife's favorite pizza sauce, and so I am making this just for them. All right, it's good and thick. I'm gonna get a spoon and give it a taste and see what it tastes like. Very, very good. I don't want to add no more to it. All right, I'm just gonna go put this in the jars. I made enough of this sauce that I can use it for spaghetti sauce, and I'll show you what we do with the government issued meat. And I'll explain a little more why it's called government issued meat. But you've seen me do this, so I'm not gonna do a whole video on me just putting the spaghetti sauce into the jars. I'm gonna go ahead and do all that, and when I'm done, I'll get right back to you. I'm going to pressure can that tomato sauce because I didn't want to deal with all that water with water bathing, but you can water bath that for 30 minutes. I'm going to pressure can it for about 20 minutes. Okay, so this is what the meat looks like. So some of you may be grossed out by home canned meat or getting tin canned meat, but it's very good and delicious, but it doesn't look very nice. This is what it looks like when you open it up. Product of the USA. This is government issued meat, and this is what it looks like. The scent of it is very different. It's like tuna. When you home can chicken and ground beef, it will taste a little bit different than what you're used to having it fresh. It's still extremely good, and it's very flavorful. It just has a different scent to it. And this is what it looks like, okay? Now, why do I call this government issued meat? Because this is product of USA. Now, Kreider made this one. It is manufactured by a company, but oftentimes the USDA, a government, will subsidize and give money towards these companies to produce this. So I don't know if you knew, like way long ago, and they still have it, government cheese. Government cheese came in long blocks. This, normally you can't buy this everywhere. Now, like I said, our Sharp Shopper discount grocery store sells this oftentimes, and it is because it's near expiration. But home canned and canned foods can last years beyond expiration if it is taken care of properly. Well, what does that mean? If you buy tin cans, they're not dented. Dented cans are okay as long as it's not too bad, but they won't last as long. If you have it in a cool, dark place, it will last 2 to 3 years longer than the expiration date. Okay, so this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna take the fat off here. Now, some of you in the South would think I am doing just a horrible thing, but this fat here gives it more of a gristly taste. It gives it more of a tallow taste. I don't know how to explain it. The stick to your roof of your mouth kind of taste. We're gonna remove this. Now, this is good for starting fires. The chickens love this. You add it to their feed. So we're not gonna throw it away. You can make candles with it. You can do all kinds of things with it. You can cook with it. I just don't tend to do that, not with these home canned foods. Now, would you eat this? Most of you would say yes. Some of you would be like, that is disgusting, Tessie. But this is what government issued food looks like. It's good. It just is canned. Places with low income and poverty will often see these kind of cans in with food that they get because they always have educational things in the back. So it's telling you about the food groups and all the different foods that you need to have. It also talks about their website, the government official website for nutrition. And somebody and a couple of people had said about this brand name being on recall. I called the company and I did research. This here is not on recall. It was their fresh ground beef. It was not their canned ground beef, just plain. It was their gravy, something different. It wasn't this. So thank you guys for pointing that out, but it is not just the ground beef. All right, so let me show you what we're gonna do. This is a tip and a trick to it because the company actually told me about this, okay? So when I did research with the company, they said to me, there are things you can do to make it more palatable. Now you see there is some fat there. I am going to skim some of that off. Now this is canned. This is fully cooked. It says on it fully cooked, but it does have a pink look to it. But it is fully cooked. It says on the can right here, fully cooked. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna break it up like this. And then we're gonna rinse it with cold water. Let's get some of that fat off there. Trust me, there is plenty of fat still on it. Now, I don't do this to my home canned meat. My home canned meat doesn't quite look like this. This is an educational film to teach people that there are ways that you can make things so much more palatable, especially if you're low income and you get food like this. All right, so what I'm gonna do is rinse this with cold water, and then I'm gonna add it to my spaghetti sauce and cook it, and we're gonna have regular spaghetti with it. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and rinse it, and I'll be back to you in a minute. Fun fact, preppers were buying this stuff up so much when the virus hit that now on eBay, it's $40 for like a couple cans of this because this is great for long-term storage. All right, we're gonna put it in our spaghetti sauce. The meat the better. So you don't want big chunks of the meat. And with cooking it, it will break it down for that. And that is how you can take tin can government meat and make it something really palatable and really good. Cut up some onions. Onions will always make things more tender and taste much better. Oh, and by the way, I don't throw anything away. This tin can, I'm gonna make into a beautiful candle. Oh yes, I'm gonna spray paint it too. So I will show you probably in a later video what I'm gonna do with it. I don't throw nothing away. So not only will this tin can give me amazing food, it also will give me something to decorate my home with. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you found it educational and entertaining. And I want you to give me in the comments below, did you grow up on this kind of food? Do you know what this kind of food is like? Would you eat it or would you not even touch it? You know, here in this part of the world, we are so blessed. You know, we can choose what we want. But in other countries, this food, which is sent to many countries, especially in Haiti, they are so happy for this. This is one of their only ways of getting protein. And so food like this is a blessing to some people. And it is very delicious. You just have to not worry about what it looks like and make sure you add a little this and that, and adding onion to it will really pop it too, make it really much better. And let me know, do you guys have government issued meat? Some of you maybe never even heard of this and don't even know, you know, what that is. But I hope you take a look. And I'm going to give you the government website below because it is really interesting and it teaches you and tells you how you can cook really frugal, and it helps you save money as well. Take care, everyone, and we'll see you guys tomorrow.